Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever the case may be for you. We're live on the Tempest. Glad you could make it. Hope you brought your own drink and your own smoke. And yes, I'm in Michigan, a legal marijuana state. All products were purchased from a local dispensary. Let's get on here. I've been doing inspection here. Time to open up the bar and go on in. There's a few people here. Yeah, a little loud there. Guess I could fix that in my headphones. There we go. Alright. Yeah, here we are Monday. Nothing better to do, right? Welcome aboard. I see I got one up there. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see if we'll give her a few minutes, see who comes in. In the meantime, let me get that set up here. If I don't know you, you want to come up? I want to see you talk in my chat first. Let's pin that at the top too. There we go. Let's do something like that. Loud crowd. There we go. Welcome aboard. A couple more joined. It's usually a little delayed. Glad you could make it. Let's get high. That is if you do. Maybe you don't have to not to be here. Just a facet of my life. I'll pop my face back up when I get somebody up here. All right. Let's get atmosphere, visual atmosphere for someone that might want to come up. That would be nice. I'm going to move a little bit. I hope I don't have to move tables. Yeah, we'll see. Cheers, everyone. I don't smoke a whole lot of pot on here. I don't want you to listen to old man cough up a lung. Yeah, we'll draw off the bowl every now and then. I got 4 running carts right now. 2 are indica and 2 are sativa. Always a good pickup, you know. I got some pre-rolls too. Yeah, from the local Loom Dispensary, the corner of Sprinkle Road in Merida, Portage, Michigan. Look it up. I don't live but about 2 blocks from there. Which direction, though? Yeah, we might change bars. We'll see. Mr. Reese. I will do that. Thank you. Wow, that's low. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the zone check, as always. I don't know, Friday's different. Friday's always a little happier, it seems like. It's the day you don't want to really do shit, but make it look like you're doing shit. That's the way it was in the union anyway. Shh. Don't talk bad about the union. Oh my God. I watched the union president, who was becoming feeble because he'd been at this shop for so long. His first 2.5 hours was him grabbing his coffee mug and walking all the way to the front of the shop and talking to all the old timers that were running their machinery and shit, working his way back, stopping in the bathroom for 45 minutes, and then come out. And like I said, about 2.5 hours every morning. That's his first 2.5 hours, was to socialize and take a crap. And then the vice president worked in the same department. It was in custom fab. And he'd put a couple doors together, and the vice president had to correct all his shit. It was funny. Yeah. I was the highest paid union employee there. After 3 months, they put me on second shift, which gave me a premium. I was working in custom fab, which was another premium. And I was a lead guy. I was a lead foreman. And that gave me another premium. And that pissed them old timers right off. Yeah, it is. You're right, Mr. Reese. Everybody likes a good full moon like that. Yeah. Close that crap off. I don't need it now. Shout out to Hassel. She's been missing my shows. It seems like she's got something busier going on. My mic must be really, you know what it is? Enter your credentials, kiss my credentials. Let me go into my mic because I got my headphones on. Maybe that's making a hell of a difference. Let me check my settings there. Echo cancellation. Yeah, the mic volume is kind of high. but I want to be able to get over the top of the crowd, and I think it's just fine. Pardon me. Not bad manners, just good Coca-Cola mixed with rum. Captain Morgan. Someone said I ought to buy cheap and Nelson. Ugh, that's a hangover. I first started drinking. It was like 52, 53, right in there. I remember trying to go cheap and waking up. I liked Red Bull and hell, I can't remember what it was. But you got to drink water the whole time, because if you don't, man, that dry hangover crap is. I can't remember what you mixed with it. That's it. That's right. Jaeger bombs. Thank you, Mr. Reese. Drink. I started drinking later than I would normally. Of course, we gained an hour too, so yeah. Welcome to Michigan. Yeah, Jaeger bombs. Those are badass, though. I learned in my teens, you don't want to mix alcohols. Stay with one drink. If you start out with beer, stay with beer. Me, I can't drink beer, especially if I'm smoking pot. If I don't smoke pot all day, and I have ice cold beer, as cold as you can get it before it starts to freeze, I'm fine. If it stays that cold, I'm fine. But the minute I light up any marijuana, the moment that beer hits my mouth, it goes to foam. There's some kind of a chemical reaction going on there. Well, thank you, Mr. Reese. Appreciate that. As always. Please enjoy the rest of your meal. Oh, I might know what's going on with that. Because it sounds like the sound keeps popping in and out. I know how to deal with that. No, it isn't. Because you got to fade in and out. Let's go to a different pub. Yeah. It doesn't sound much different, but it is. You had to go to the trouble of going online and locating free backgrounds. What I'd like to do is some night go to a bar and have a 2-drink limit and explain to the bartender that all I want to do is record background, not anybody in particular. Sit there and enjoy my 2 drinks, and gather some content. Well, I don't even have to tell them that. I can put my phone face down on the bar and have it recording. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to give away any of the captain's secrets talking to, those who may be nearby. Oh, I love breakfast for dinners. I sure do. that many a time. Breakfast for dinner. People don't realize that it's not as weighty. Sorry, but it's not. As long as you don't eat a whole lot of breads. Like too many biscuits. I've had biscuits and gravy for dinner. Hell yeah. Only place I can find buttermilk biscuits is KFC, though. Myers used to sell them, and they don't. You get like 4 huge buttermilk biscuits. I'd go buy the gravy for it. Heat it up. Sausage gravy. Pour it all over it. That was always good for the next morning, or even after a night out drink, or not out, but no, folks, that Canadian bacon. All that is thick cut ham, sweetened up with maple syrup. Duh. If I can take a little bit of the fucking syrup from my pancakes, and it tastes like Canadian bacon. Oh, well. Canada don't want me to pick on it. I hear too much about it every day. All the other provinces want to get the hell out. They want to join the U.S. They know it'll be so much greater economically because one province, where Toronto is centered at, yeah, one province wants to take all the money from all the other provinces to balance out their budgets. That shit ain't working. They're going, no, we want to keep giving them our money, and their lifestyles would be so much better if they kept it. And here's the thing, if they became states, the greatest percentage of it they would keep. Much, much greater than what Canada allows them to. I mean, economically, it's the intelligent thing to do. That's just thin sliced sweet ham. See, we put brown sugar on ours. We don't put maple syrup. I'm surprised the headphones I've got still work. They're not for my guitar. Those are special earplugs in. All right, let's see what's going on here. Not a whole lot going on in the world today, thankfully. I mean, yeah, we're at day 10 of bombing the crap out of a particular group. And hopefully they all get their 42 ugly virgins. And when they realize that, why does she look 90? Because there were so many of them. Yeah. Arabs like to poke them up the butt. Hey, that's the truth. Yep, they prefer to poke them up the butt. It'd be like that, you might as well be gay. Sorry, but old world morals here. I'm not ready. Actually, I'm not sorry, not sorry. Yeah. I guess tonight's the first night I've had the window fully open. Hear that in the background? Trains are whistling. You know, train tracks are about 6, 8 blocks away. Runs alongside the airport. Runs north and south. Could be wrong. It's going into Kalamazoo more than likely. There's a lot of factories in there that are starting to pick back up. I wish I was in my 40s. I could work at any of the damn shops there. I could be a supervisor even. Been there, done that. Worked for a company called B&P Manufacturing, Cadillac, Michigan. They build ramps, the ones you pull out from the back end of the semi. They build those aluminum ramps. And they build hand carts too. Pepsi and 7-Up. They mount them to the front of the truck. Yeah. I put so many those hand trucks. I bet 200 of them together in no time. Then they had me putting these hand-operated fork trucks. No engine, but it had a winch on it for the forks. I had like 3 dozen of them done in the week. And they were like fucking amazed. They couldn't believe I'd gotten that many done because their workers weren't doing it right. I started out building them one at a time, and it seemed like it lagged. So I said, wait a minute, nobody else was doing it. There was 3 other workstations. So I built 3 of them at a time, and it just seemed to, it went so much smoother and easier. They couldn't believe it. That's why they made me a supervisor after that. That's just the way it goes, Sit back, enjoy the music. It's actually low to me, but the microphone picks up a lot. Shout out to Gator Sky Exploration. Hey, Gator! Yeah. Shout out to Dirty Mike. What do you got? Sorry, man, but he's not banned or blocked from there. He's not a mod anymore, but you gonna talk bad about him? I talk bad about his country, though. Hell yes. Nine o'clock already. All right. We've been on for 25 minutes plus now. Welcome aboard the Tempest. I'm your host, Captain Smoke. There's Mr. Reese. Let me bring him aboard here. Yeah. There you are, Mr. Reese.
What's up?
Oh, I'm surviving, Yeah, I spent $159 at the bike shop.
That's not that bad, really.
And 2 new tires is all I got. But I had to get special tires. They're just a little bit wider. They fit my bike frame,
Right.
and they're road tires. They're not off-road tires. That's what I needed.
Yeah, more pavement.
Yep, because I'm always on the pavement. The only time I'm
Right
not
on.
is when I'm leaving here, and then I get on pavement because it's all paved here.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Probably a lot less work pedaling and all
Well,
that.
well, it's not just that, but it's a thicker tread. It'll resist, small pieces of metal and that much better.
Right.
But I carry a bag underneath my butt. I got more glue. I even bought extra glue, extra patches online. Yeah, I even got another bag half full of more if I run out. I'm never going to have more than one or two flats, but you never know. You might run across somebody.
True.
Yeah, I got a patch for you, man. Let's see here and do it. And I got an air pump.
Still,
And,
$160 for some new tires ain't bad for transportation.
but here's the thing. The air pump, because it's one of those weird. It's a different valve stem on what you're used to seeing, Mr. Reese.
It's a real small one.
Yeah, real tiny fucker. And you gotta unscrew it a little bit, or not unscrew it, but you gotta loosen it up so that it can push the valve down.
Yeah.
But what I did is I didn't realize I had a little hand pump, and that wouldn't fit them. So I went and bought another one that's special for those, and that's mounted on the bike. So,
Yeah. My
but
old mountain bike had those small ones.
it's a dual. I can do the regular ones, or I can do the small ones now. Yeah.
Right.
So I can help anybody broke down. I'm going to be out riding a lot more this year. A lot more.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I did a 6-minute video through that Millen Park, and for some reason it didn't record. I'm going to go back and do it again.
I seen the video when you got there.
Yeah. Well, no, that was that. Here's the thing. Go when you get there. You go down this really steep fucking hill, and I go slow, and you got to come back up it. When I come back up it, I go to the very end, and usually there's a picnic table, but they ain't brought them out yet. So I keep my backpack with me. So I put my backpack down and sat against a tree there. Set my bike against a tree too, and then did a little video that I showed. Yeah, that was after the fact. But I had about a 6-minute video to show a lot of shit that they've done a lot of improvements there this year. I'm surprised.
That's good.
Well, hell, last fall when I went there, they had a tree that had to bend, I don't know, 4.5 foot thick, just laying across one of the trails and nothing done with it. Uprooted and everything.
Dang.
I think they're trying to manage the geese there too. I think that's what they're doing. Because the geese
Could be a good sign. Community's growing.
But what I think they did is there was a place where it split and came back together, but the geese occupied that whole thing. What they did is somehow they stopped the split from happening, and then they put a little path so you could get to the island, so the geese can, right?
Right.
They're trying to keep them on that island. See what I mean? I think that's what's happening. Because otherwise, geese will get ornery and they'll chase your ass.
That and they just leave piles of shit everywhere.
Yep. I told a little story about getting rid of that at a state park of all places, and them guys thanked us. I got 9, and my friend Bill got like 6 or 7 of them. Yep. Because they were tired of the geese shitting all over and then the rest of them cleared out. They didn't come back for quite a long time.
Like, screw this, we're dropping.
So, well, what you do is you take out the lead goose every time, and they all finish the job for you.
Right?
That for some reason that's in their nature. Whoever's in lead, they show like they're wobbling and squat. They attack it. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Come to visit, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. He scored me. He's, he's been. We've got the screen door on the front door, and there's a little cut in there so he can get in and out. And he's feeling all wild again.
He's like, yes, I'm outside.
You know, you
Probably,
you can pet me, but don't pick me up for God's sake. And now he's laying right
prob-
next to me now.
I'm probably loving the weather.
Oh yeah, that thick fur. That thick fur the cat's got. Yeah. Like I said, it's not like all the other cats around here. All the other cats around here, they got paws that are about like that wide. This cat's got paws like this, and it isn't huge, but it's got wider paws than the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot furrier too, but you know.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just actually showing my my manager the picture of when I came over and the amp. I showed him the picture of the cat coming out from the inside. He's like, dude, the cat went in there. I said, dude, he went in there, chilled for a second, and then popped back out. He goes, that's funny.
He liked it. It's not exposed. It's not exposed so much now.
Right.
I need a refill, Mr. Reese. If you will pardon me for just a moment, I will be right back. I'll leave
Right on.
I ain't gonna show my butt when I get up. All right. Be right back. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Right. Here we go. push a button here and get my earplug back in. Yeah, earplugs are helping. All right, face up. There you go. Instead of butt down. Hell yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting ride. But yeah, just to get the tires, I think it was like 4.5 miles one way.
Damn. It's a good
Yeah.
ride.
Oh yeah. I paced myself. By the time I got home, though, I didn't wear. I usually what I'll do on rides like that is take finger gloves with me, and I forgot I had them in my backpack. I could have just put those on, and by the time I got home, my hands were beet red. From yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it was a little windy yesterday. Not too bad though.
Yeah, I fought it. I fought it leave going, but I didn't have to on the way back. That's always
Yeah,
fun.
we were slow yesterday. Boss managers like it was like 2:30. He's like, so what do you think about taking off early? I looked outside. I said, well, okay.
Yeah, why not?
So I came home and did all the yard work, got the yard all cleaned up, and had a bunch of brush and twigs in the fire pit. Walked by it with a lighter and said, well, you look like you got to be lit.
Yep.
So me and the
Can't.
wife sat out at the fire for probably 2.5 hours. We probably till like 9:30, 10.
That's nice. Juiced. Let me tell you the percentage on this. 45.7.
Now,
45.
is that
Huh?
that's a pen? Is that a cart?
No,
Gummies?
no. It's a joint.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Where are you can't, it's hard to find them that high.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big one.
Usually they're in their 30s. Yeah, and that's a gram and a half or gram and 1.2 grams, I think. Yeah. Need to actually smoke more of that and drink less. What I'm going to do, though, I think but after I run out of the smokes I bought, I think I'm going to quit cigarettes altogether.
Yeah, that's on my list. I need to quit. Getting too damn expensive.
I paid like a little over 50 for 2 cartons. Of course, I don't smoke expensives either.
Yeah,
Cheyenne,
I don't.
I
I
always
don't either. Mine are
I
like 6.50 a pack.
mine are like 250 a pack. Yep. Every
It's way
every
cheaper than a.
every once in a great while, I'll buy a pack of Camel Gold, and those are
Yeah,
like I got to be careful with them, man. Those are because those are these Cheyennes are supposedly 70% fewer chemicals added than regular cigarettes.
right. Which is probably better.
Oh yeah,
None of it's good, but
that's right.
take all those chemicals out. It's probably better for you.
I'll probably end up smoking more pot then. I probably will.
Right? One for the other, right?
Yeah, but I'll try to even lower that. Because I don't want to sit here on camera and cough a lung out. Man, it smells so nice, and the flavor is cranberry cheer.
Oh, lost me at cranberry.
Exactly, smoky cranberry.
Ooh. Not a big cranberry fan,
Yeah, and that either.
but you never know. It probably tastes good.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't taste bad at all. I can't sit
Yeah,
here.
this is what my mom brought me over yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, there's a cart, right?
Some sour diesel. Oh, I love that stuff. That's my favorite.
Sour diesel. Oh, yeah.
And it's I don't know. I never seen this one before. Mitten extracts.
Yeah, I've got. They sell to my dispensary. Yep.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, 2 pens from Mitten Extracts right there.
nice.
One's an indica and one's a sativa.
Yeah, this is a 92.45%.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
THC is 88.3.
that's still.
No CBD.
Nah, who needs it?
Great.
Ain't trying to heal. I'm trying to get high. I don't know what the CBD is on this. I don't know if it's any. Oh yeah, 1.67%.
Yeah, I
So
think they put it in a lot of stuff now. I think the CBD is more for like it kind of like gives you that more of a mellowness, it's more relaxing, I guess.
yeah, they try.
Say what say with a lot of these strains nowadays, it's like you got to have something in there to counteract the whole like holy shit.
Go. All right. Anybody who wants to come up and on the panel, you're going to have to say something in chat because I'm full screen. I can't see the request. I can't see the green room, we call it. 43.
Oh, good lord. Yikes.
Oh, hell, you're going to start that crap already,
Oh,
huh?
dude, we've been so slow at work. Well, the boss is away, the boss's kid's away, the sales manager, she's away. So everybody's gone that matters in the company, so everybody's kind of fucking around.
I'm
Yeah.
working. I'm working.
Yeah, at the same time, it just makes for a long day. I'd rather be busy and just get the day done.
Yeah, and you don't count the minutes. You count the
Yeah.
hours. Yep.
You know, you walk by the clock and you're like, damn, it felt like it's been an hour. It's been 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
What a drawn out conversation with that peckerhead.
Oh, it's agonizing. It's like, can this day just be done? Not trying to rush it by any means, but I just want to be out of here.
That's why I also played DJ. It started out in this shop, country music, and you could see it just slow poked everybody, And
Yeah.
once the guy that played that got gone, I kicked on the rock. Fuck, that place fucking boomed, and everybody said, after you started playing that music, it seems like the days go by faster.
It
Yeah,
does make a big difference.
it does.
Yeah, the kids that I work with, the kid that ships, he's young. They listen to a lot of rap and all
Ugh.
this new stuff. I I got headphones. We're allowed to have a headphone in, so I put my music on, I walk around and I listen to my shit. I don't want to listen to yours.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it is what it is. If that gets you through your day, that's your choice, but not
Well,
mine.
maybe that's what makes their day go quick because that's what they're used to. I understand. The Japanese did a study on that, and they let people. They gave workers like 6 to 8 different channels to listen to, which was different genres of music, and
Right.
it hyped up production into like 22, 23% because people were able to listen to what they enjoyed listening to.
Yeah. I mean,
You get a rhythm with your music. That's the way
you
it
do.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that joint tastes pretty good. I'm trying to lightly touch it so I don't sit here and that happens, you know.
That's why you got a mute button.
Yeah, actually, I do. Don't I?
He's like, all right, power token is.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Captain's in the background turning red. Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's happened.
Hey, I always heard coffee get off.
That's right. It does seem like that too.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna roach that out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it begins.
It was time.
We got a couple guys that smoke at work. Manager knows that they smoke pot. Obviously, it's legal. He's like, listen. He goes, I get it. The boss doesn't really want it around here. He goes, as long as you're not getting busted, I don't have a problem with it. If that's what makes you through your day. But they'll come in sometimes, dude, and they'll both be like, it's like, dude, try to make it a little less obvious.
Finish up about 10 minutes before you have to come in. You get all that coughing out of the way.
Right.
That's why
It's like, good Lord, man.
Hey, I work landscaping. I was always early, always. But I'd sit there, and of course, the part where I got my mower and all that, and the truck and everything, was 150 yards from the boss's house.
Right.
And he didn't come out till after I was loaded up. I'd sit out there and get baked.
Yeah, when you're a landscaper, that's just part of the job. I think most landscapers are stoners.
And I just found out that my boss's son, who had a lot of kidney problems, he passed away last month.
Wow.
And I worked with him. I worked with him for months and months, man.
Wow.
He was a hardworking young. He was more Indian, Native American than anything. I think maybe his mom. I know his mom is all Native. I don't know about his dad though. His real dad, I don't know. His name was Apollo.
Crazy.
His name was Apollo. He was a good young man. Good to his mom, good to his stepdad, which was my boss. I think my stepdad adopted him. No, her first husband, because she didn't marry the guy she had the child with. She had him with. And it just so happens that the guy is also one of the top landscapers in the same city. But he was more of a partier. Back then it was cocaine and drinking. And my boss was, I'll have a drink or two. But, he kept his head about him, because he knew next day I've got to work and I've got to present myself as professional, blah, blah, blah. And my boss is also part Indian. Yeah. I met his mom. His mom passed away a few years back. And his dad has his own, he does trees. He does Christmas trees. Because I've picked them up out of the field for him before and then driven the truck full of them back to his main headquarters. But he had a couple other businesses going. So I don't know if he's still doing it or not. But here's the thing that his dad did to me. It sticks in the. I My boss says to me on Friday, he says, "Hey, my dad needs his place mowed. You mind coming in tomorrow?" I said, "No problem, man. No problem." I get done, just about done, and his dad comes out to me. Well, matter of fact, I was done. I was loading the rider onto the trailer. His dad also builds trailers too. Matter of fact, in Lake City, and that trailer was like a birthday gift to his son. Beautiful double axle. Anyway, I get it loaded up, and his dad walks up to me, and he hands me a 20. Here I am, 52 years old, and he says, "Now I guess you can go play." I'm 50. I didn't say a word, but that just stuck in my craw really deep, man. It's like, you think you're talking to a fucking teenager?
Right.
I wanted to, but Ron Watson, I'm sorry, you ever see this? Watson Tree Farms up in Lake City. What an ass. He got a little bit, he might just make it just a little over a millionaire, especially if he sells everything he's got there.
Right.
But what a dick. What a dick.
Right.
When you act like that. And I'd already worked for his son, I think, at that time, at least 6 years. I missed a day and a half in 8 years with him. A day and a half.
Damn.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, I think it's March 23rd this month, or 24th. I've been at my company for 23 years this month. And I think I've missed probably 2 days in 23 years that I haven't, like, as far as no vacation time left. So, I mean, 2 days out of 23 years of time that I wasn't given, pretty damn good.
The 23rd is my birthday.
Nice. So it's the day of or the day after of my 23 years. It's crazy. It's like, it doesn't seem like it's been 23 years I've been at this place. It's like, holy shit. Been there damn near half of my freaking life. Since my early 20s.
Yep. That's loyalty and dedication.
Yeah. Nah, that's just not wanting to deal with bullshit of starting a new job. And I got a boss that, yeah, he's a boss. He can be an a-hole sometimes. But you know what? He treats his employees good. He always buys, always gets lunch for people for their birthdays. Everybody gets to go up and celebrate a birthday. He buys everybody lunch. He gives great Christmas bonuses. I've got 3 weeks and 3 days of vacation time every year. So, I mean, can't complain. Got insurance, got 401k. So,
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to complain. It's 8 minutes down the road from where I live. So, that's a bonus too. I don't have to drive in traffic and deal with assholes all day.
Yeah. I only had one job I had to commute like that. I worked for a company called Berkey Tire in Comstock, Michigan. No, Comstock Park, Michigan, just north of Grand Rapids. Yep. I worked for the tire company. I didn't hear the guy when he offered it to me, but I was going to be able to learn with a guy, take a truck to go change tires for semis, basically on the road. I picked working in the shop rather.
Oh no.
And I wish I hadn't at the time, because Traverse City was about the same distance from where I lived, but in the opposite direction. It was north rather than south.
Right.
It didn't pay too bad. I've even done 3-piece rims. You got to put them in a cage to start off with, and then start bringing in the tools. Deflate. You know what I mean? If you're not careful, them 3-piece rims, if you didn't have them in a cage and it pops out, that retainer, because there's a retainer ring in there, it
Right.
pops out, it could take your head off.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's like shocks and struts. That's one thing I won't do. Did I tell you what? Those springs are loaded for death.
Oh yeah.
You got to have those tools to compress those and keep that spring compressed. Otherwise, it's going through a wall.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, because you're holding up 1.5 tons or more, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep. People don't realize those big initial heavy springs are for a reason. That's to bear the weight, the general amount of weight that's on them tires.
Right.
That's the whole car, kids.
Yeah. The good thing, I mean, I guess I can't say I've never did them because I did do the front shock on my wife's car, but now you can buy them. They're all preloaded. So basically, you just buy it and everything's already put together. So you take the old one off and you just put the new one on, and you don't have to compress nothing. So I was like, all right, as long as it's preloaded, everything's together. I'm like, because if I have to take anything out of the spring, I ain't touching the shit. No way.
I hear that. Risking life and limb. I take it to the shop
Yeah.
and let them boys do it.
Yeah, I wish I would have, dude. It took me almost a whole day, and then my neighbor came out and he helped me. It took us almost 2 days to put one strut on the front of that car. It was horrible.
Oh well.
It sucked. Like they left you like 2 hairs to be able to bend. You had to push the freaking whole like brake caliper down, and you're all that, and you literally had to just get it in there just right, and the tension. And I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, let somebody who's paid, experienced. There you go.
Yeah.
I've done brake work. I haven't done shocks. I replaced radiators, water pumps, fuel pump, carburetors. I would never try that now, though. No, I just soon take it to the shop.
That's what we
Especially,
did for the other side. I called my
well,
buddy up. I said, can you do the other side? He's like, bring it over.
don't you see what modernizing cars has actually done? And what it hasn't done. Here's what it's done. It's eliminated shade tree mechanics completely.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
But here's the thing it hasn't done. It hasn't modernized to a point where you're driving down the road, you get an alarm, you get an alert. It says module 12, which is your fuel pump, is faulty. You should be able to drive to the parts store, know where that is. You know, your fuel pump, you lift up you open up the hood, you unlock the module 12, you pull it out, you walk into there, they check it, yep, it's faulty, give me a new one. They give you a new one, you walk out to your car, plug it back in, and drive off. That's ultra modernization. But they don't want to do that. They would rather have a mechanic charge you $500 for the whole fucking little operation of what he just did.
Oh, I know. It's crazy expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you look around my area right now, literally the average cost per hour for a mechanic to work on your car is about $75 an hour. It's freaking crazy. Like if it's
I
going
know.
to take them 3 hours, they're making big money.
I've got a very good friend who went through diesel mechanics in high school and was taking all the update courses too. Had a van ready to go, and he's working in a fucking factory.
Wow.
He wanted to. he had a dream of getting a lot of vans, 2 or 3 vans, and enough people to run a company, but roadside mechanics, diesel mechanics don't come cheap, and there aren't a lot of them.
No, that's true.
But you know
It's like anything anymore nowadays. I mean,
what he
just to
did is
get,
he found a decent woman, which I'm very glad for him. He,
that's cool.
yeah. Shout out to Dakota, and I think he's got a kid too with her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive for anything. I mean, shit, you call a tow truck now just to get towed, it costs you $100 just for them to frickin' pull the chain off the truck.
Yeah, I watched a lot of those tow company videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's pretty
you
wild.
watch the is it the Diesel brothers that do the extreme towing
I
or
do.
extreme rescues?
Yeah, Heavy D.
Yeah,
Now
does
I've been watching all his shit. I'm right up to date with him. He's going to put out at least 1 or 2 videos a week, and he's been doing it about all these projects. He just got like 2 campers, two very original campers, like $3,500 in parts from all the shops they stopped at. All those part stores,
right.
and all the repair, just getting it back to Utah. One they had to park at a friend's house for months until they could get up there, and then they had another one to tow it. They rented a truck to tow that one, and they had to make sure that they undid the drive shaft, because people don't realize when you tow a big vehicle like that, you want to take the drive shaft off, because otherwise it's heating up your the rear pods, that's not getting any fluid flow through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just best disconnected. It stays cold for the most part, because it's not trying to push the drive shaft.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's the one that has the Black Hawk or the Apache helicopter, isn't
Yep, yep. And
he?
they did some shit with rounding up horses, wrangling up horses not too long ago. Yep. Shout out to Heavy D. Send me one of them trucks, man.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
ma'am.
night,
Good
baby
night,
girl. Bye, babies. Puppy has to come in and say goodnight too.
ma'am. Oh
Crazy
yeah,
dog.
oh yeah. That's the ritual. Yeah.
It's funny. She comes in to say goodnight. The dog's right behind. It's her shadow though. Anywhere she goes, that dog's right behind her. It doesn't matter what. I love you.
This cat does that to me sometimes. No, the cat.
her her cat does the same thing.
Even going outside when it gets warmer, it's like she's got to follow me. When I go out to my bike she's got to go right with me.
Got to get her a little basket.
Yeah, no, no, no. Mike, Mike takes the dog out. Half the time, she's got to go out right with him too.
That's funny. Afraid she's gonna miss something.
Well, that dog is her friend, man.
Oh yeah.
They play, and they sleep by each other, and they don't sleep on each other. But I suppose if it got cold enough, they would. But Sherry ain't about to let that get that cold in here. No,
Right.
no,
Yeah. Our cat and dog they lay together all the time. They'll get on the couch and come in, and cat will be cuddled up in the dog's belly or laying down by her tail.
no.
Good.
Fart catching.
Right. Cat's like, what the hell was that?
I'm surprised one other guy hasn't come up. That one guy that was up here last time. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
Well, I am subscribed to him, and because if I could remember his name, if he spoke up just once, yeah. I've waved at him on his, so I really haven't said crap either on his. So.
Right.
But anybody that I usually subscribe if you give a shout out. I do need to drop a whole bunch of them. I forgot how many subscriptions I've got running.
Oh, geez, oh, peace, dude. I go into my subscription list and it goes forever. It's just like most of them I don't even watch. Every now and again I'll catch them, but it's like there's only so much time in a day to catch anybody and everybody that you subscribe to. It's like, sorry.
This year I didn't. Usually the first of the year I'll eliminate even contacts. Man, it's like even talk to them in 2-3 years. Screw you.
Right. Yeah, I haven't went through my contact list in my phone in forever. I probably still got Dirty Mike's number in my frickin' phone.
He would never do face to face on the phone. He tried to tell me he couldn't. I can do FaceTime with Australia, and I have.
See, I don't think I ever talked to Dirty Mike on the phone. It was always just text messaging back and forth.
Yeah. I don't know.
Same thing with Ryan. I probably still have Ryan E's number in here.
I probably still do too. What a screwed up kid. Well, now he's a screwed up man. He ain't a kid. What the hell? His mom
Hopefully someday he'll figure it out.
I talk to his mom every now and then. She was on here.
Yeah.
And I don't see her that often. Oh well. You can only do so much.
Yeah, I think Ryan was one that I actually had. I don't remember what pedal it was. It was another pedal, kind of what I gave you. I don't think the one that I gave him had the wah pedal in it, but I actually shipped him a guitar pedal at one point too, because he was starting to get into the guitar a little bit, and I don't know if it ever went anywhere, but
hard telling.
Yeah, whatever.
His drinking was killing him. I don't know. He get wild mouthed.
Yeah, some people can't handle it.
You want to get wild? Get your own goddamn show.
Right. The problem is people can handle it to a point, but people like to go over what they know they can handle, and that's where it becomes the problem.
Yeah.
You've got to know when to stop or when to slow down. That's it.
Shut that banner off. I'm tired.
There's an alcoholic, and then there's just a alcoholic.
Yeah. I think half of his trouble was his dad. And half of his trouble was his mom. Yes. No. Dad isn't sober or innocent, and neither is mom.
Right?
I don't think his mom drinks so anymore. I don't think so. I don't think her meds will let her.
Probably not. We all go through our demons in life. I guess it's up to us to ultimately choose to fix them or not.
I heard this phrase the other day. I deal with my demons one at a time as they come out.
Right. Yeah.
You know who said that? 2.5 men.
Right.
He was talking to the psychiatrist, which I have a thing for. Oh, I can't remember her name. Tall woman, short hair, played the psychiatrist for them. She's kind of a
Um,
she's kind of a feminist. I think she might even be a lesbian, but I think her and I would be good together. Oh my god, because she's quick witted, deep. Oh, I love deep, and I think she would too.
wink, wink.
Exactly. I can't remember.
Now, this is a this is a kid show.
No, oh no, it's not made
I'm
for
just
kids.
I'm
I,
kidding.
I made sure. Oh no, it's not made for kids. No.
Child, close your ear.
No.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, let's get into some sativa. Yeah. On the pen side, I bought this pen about maybe even about 3 years ago. It's got a when I push the button, it's an elephant. You can't really see it, but it's an elephant. An elephant design. With a trunk and two tusks coming out.
Right.
I wish I could find the company that makes these. There's no name on it or anything, and I forgot. I threw the box away as soon as I got it. I wish I had, because I'd like to buy 5 more.
So you can probably take a picture of it and use the Google Lens. So a lot of
Oh,
times you
yeah.
can take a picture and you can do the Google Lens. It might tell you who makes it.
Yeah, okay. I'll remember that. Sure. Yeah,
Next time you tell me, I'll remember better.
that's right.
Eh, I get it. The older you get, the more stupid facts you just forget, and you just remember things that you want to remember and need to remember. I've noticed that people are like, "Oh, who's that actor in the show?" I'm like, that has nothing to do with what I want to know in life. Sorry, I just don't know.
It's not in the memory file.
Yeah, like one of the guys I work with, dude, he can like name every football player, all their stats, this and that. It's like,
Oh my god.
dude, like, what is that really doing for you in life? Like, imagine if you put your brain to something like learning how to go out in the woods and survive, or how to like do something more productive in life.
Oh yeah, no shit. How to
I
set
mean,
up a CNC machine.
I get it,
Oh god,
but at the
okay.
same time, I just don't. I've never been a big sports fan myself, so whatever.
I wa- I was when I was younger, but when sports went woke, I went.
Right.
I need to step away. It's Grandpa. Take some moment time. I'll be right back. Yeah. Firm believer in hand sanitizer. Thanks for being patient. That was a commercial break. Yeah, since we got another one coming up, let me throw this up there again. That's the link, but if I don't know you, I need you to talk to me in chat. You'll be more than welcome to come up. Yeah, that's the link. Through StreamYard.
Almost made it back in time. I joined you. I was like, well, if he's taking a break, I'm going to take a break.
Hang on, I don't have my earpiece in. Duh. I'm like, how come I don't hear anything? There we go. Yeah, it's a very old pair of earplugs for me. I had to twist oh, right there. Yeah. Hey, I think these have a shut off on them too. What I want to get is bone induction headphones for riding when I'm on my bike.
Right. Something that won't fall out.
No, what it is they don't go in your ears. They go above, just above, and they pinch right here. They're bone induction. And what that does is it gets deeper into your auditory, but at the same time, you can hear everything around you.
Huh.
That's what I want. Yeah. I saw those the other day and went, I'm going to get one of those one day.
Yeah, I got the ones that I bought. I mean, they're just earbuds. JBL makes them, but they got like you can tap it twice, so you can make it to where it actually you can hear people talking, or you can make it noise. Like you can do noise cancellation, or you can do surround sound, like outside surround sounds. So like if somebody comes up, basically the music turns down, so it actually amplifies what they're saying in your ear, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Ambient aware, I think it's what it's called. But yeah, they're cool, especially for work. You know, if someone's coming up to talk to you, like you can hear them.
I'm betting Bose has something like that.
Yeah, these ones weren't too bad. I mean, JBL, I've liked JBL, and I think I think it was like $50 at Best Buy for them.
I one time was helping remodel a house, and they had Bose speakers upstairs, downstairs, in the basement even.
Yeah.
It was wild, man. This guy they weren't Mormons. They were German Baptists. They were kind of like Mennonites, basically.
Right.
You know, they drove trucks and all that, but you know, they had no mustache and beard and wore the black hat. And I remember it was a gray shirt and then black pants, black shoes.
A little more modern Amish.
Yeah, modern day Amish, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I use for when I play my guitar.
Oh yeah. What was the name on them? I couldn't see it.
Those are Bose.
Those are Bose. Oh, nice. Oh,
yeah, my wife, I bought these things probably 7 years ago. They still sound great. My wife was pissed. $199 for a freaking pair of headphones.
Wow.
Oh, but I tell you what, dude, these things will give you, sounds like you're in a club. You can turn the bass up and it's just,
yeah.
They're great for playing guitar. You hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was not happy when I brought those home. So whatever.
Then she went out and got her nails done and her hair trimmed and yeah.
Right.
You can't blame them. Yes.
You don't get mad when you get $150 purse, right?
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, I tried. She just started getting into them. She hasn't been bad lately. I'd say the last like 3 years. I tried to. She's gotten two. We go up to the outlet mall, and for her birthday, I'll spend no more than $200 and get her a purse. It's like, you know what? You deal with my shit for all the life that you've dealt with it. I can spend $200 for a purse. I get it.
the other cat just came in. I can't show you him. His name is Tucker. He lives more outdoors than he does indoors.
I
But he,
think I've seen him.
yeah, he started. Yeah, he's like a calico, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's dark colored and he's a good cat, man. You know, when I let
Just
him
wants.
in, just the last 2 weeks or so, when I let him in, he'll wrap around my legs. Before that, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't let me pet him unless he was up by his food dish.
Huh.
It's weird. Yeah, and
Stuff.
I've been here almost six. I've been here a little over 6 years now. Imagine that. It took him a long time.
It's crazy how fast time goes.
Oh yeah, it is.
I know. I was just thinking about it the other day. We're coming up on 14 years of being where we're at. It's like it does not seem like we've been here for 14 years. Like, holy crap.
I still want to be up north though, so bad.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Well, you're talking the UP. I'm talking.
Oh, I don't even care UP at this point. I want to go up north. I want to be somewhere where there's just not a lot of people. I just want to be in a small little town and just
North of Grand Rapids on
want to be
131.
want to be someplace where everybody knows your name.
Yep. Well, once you get above Big Rapids, actually, then it's all small towns pretty much. I mean,
Right.
Cadillac has a Walmart and a Myers.
Which wouldn't be bad. I mean,
Things are a bit more spread out. You know,
right.
people are further and further away. Yeah, I live between uh, Big Rapids and Cadillac, and I had my choice. I could go to Big Rapids to the Walmart and Myers, or I could go to Cadillac. It was about the same distance.
Right. See, that's like a good idea with me. Like, I want to be somewhere where there's like a main, like a grocery store, like a Walmart or Myers, but half an
That,
hour drive to get there is perfect for me. I want to be, not far, but I don't want to drive 4 hours to go to the store, but
you want to be able to shop a couple times a week, not once a month. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Try to keep it on the budget.
exactly. But gas is cheap. It just came up, but from what I understand, it's going to go back down once we get shit secured overseas. There, yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, shit, just in our area in the last week, we've went up almost 40 cents a gallon
yeah.
in a week and a half. It's
That's
like, holy
pan.
shit.
That's the panic department. But
Yeah, we're at
but
like
but once they
369 average.
once they start to realize, wait a minute, the flow is not real. It got interrupted, but now it's coming back. And guess what? There's even more. Here,
I
here's
don't
what's
think
gonna,
it's,
here's what's going to happen. Venezuela's going to kick in soon. We get a percentage of oil, not
oh, yeah,
money. We get oil,
right.
and once this country, I don't want to get flagged for it, but once the country we're in conflict with right now, once that gets flowing, or there are guarantees, and oil companies start going, yeah, we'll invest because now you're not going to religiously rob the fuck out of us. They'll invest. That's what That's what Venezuela is happening right now in Venezuela. There are negotiations going on with the oil companies, and they all want to say, look, we have so many more improvements. We can make the oil flow faster. You'll get more money.
Well,
And sure,
that's
the oil company's going to make their profit off it, right? At the
of
same
course.
time, so's everybody else.
But if you think about it, back in the day, I mean, 20 years ago, Venezuela was like one of the richest countries in the world. But
Yep.
then they got put underneath a government that said, we're going to be greedy pigs, just like every other government in this world, even ours. And they're understanding that, wow, we start we stop putting this oil out and we're becoming they're a third world nation, you know? And that's like us. To me, I don't think our gas prices should be going up the way they are. To me, yes, it's like you said, it's panic,
It's
but at the
been,
same time, it's the gas stations, the owners, it's everybody saying, "Ooh, we can start gouging people now because
and
we have an excuse."
here's what happens though. You have to realize that the trucks that are bringing it in, once it jumps in the stock market, that company now says to every truck, I don't care if they're on their way to the station. Now that it's jumped in the market price, they now have to raise the price of that. That's
Right.
what happens. It's a trickle down effect. I don't like to use that phrase because trickle down economics is stupid and it's bullshit. But that's what happens. It's a cause and effect. Let's call it that.
It is.
And
Absolutely. I get it.
it happens quickly. But once the stock market goes, hey, wait a minute. I'm not going to pay that much for stock in your company.
Right.
No, no. And the company goes, wait a minute. Fewer people are buying. We need to lower prices. You see what I mean? And it starts to
Exactly.
balance. It'll balance right back out. You'll pay like 20, instead of paying 40 cents more, you'll be paying 20 cents more. And then it'll come down to 15, 10, 5. And then what Trump has been saying, which I don't hold him to his word is not the gospel, but he's been pretty good at predicting shit thus
Right.
far. He has said it'll be even lower once things start to really flow from there.
Yeah. We can only hope. I mean, all I know is I'm
What
glad I
we have,
got this.
we have to keep in mind is he's talking about things within his presidency, but he also talks about things after. And I think we need to hold whether it be the vice president or somebody else in the Republican Party that comes up. We need to hold them accountable to the same standards and
Well,
the same level of transparency and the same level of accountability, not only from themselves but the other fucking party.
that's the problem. Good luck.
Well, Trump so far has done pretty good.
Well, it's so
And
funny
but
because
nobody's going to prison. But I'm hearing this year there's going to be some major players that already we got one of their low-level lieutenants. What's her fucking name? The one that she lost her election. Was that Jasmine Crockett?
yeah.
Yeah, she lost her election. Low level. See what I'm saying? She hasn't been indicted for anything yet, but now they're looking at getting rid of that fucking Wisconsin witch from Somalia. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Ilhan Omar. I
Yeah,
cannot. I can't stand
she's
anybody.
crazy,
I
dude.
can't stand anybody who overpronunciates everything that comes out of her mouth. What the fuck is that? Talk like a
That
goddamn
she
normal human being.
Even if she talked like a normal human being, she doesn't make sense with anything she says.
Right.
She's dumber than a box of rocks.
And the only
It's
way
like,
to
dude,
get,
come on.
I heard a phrase. I'm trying to remember what how that phrase went. Something about, oh God, it was in a music. It was part of a music lyrics. Well, I know one part of it is the hypnotized never lie, do they?
Right.
You're hypnotized to
True.
believe something. That's the way it is. That spells liberal. Today's liberal in a big
Well,
block.
that's funny because me and a kid at work, we started getting into that, the whole division of our country. He's like, all these people, us as people, we're so divided. I said, but okay, here's the thing. Look at it this way. Where does that division start? He goes, well, it starts with people treating people wrong. I said, no, it starts with the government. I said, look at the Republicans and look at the Democrats. They are so divided as somebody that's supposed to be for we the people that they don't even care anymore. They're for themselves, just like everybody in this world's becoming.
Selfish.
We've become so divided that we've become so selfish because that's the people we look up to. That's the people that are telling us how to live our life. No, fuck you. I pay you. You don't tell me how I get to live my life. I tell you how I want to live my life, and that's what you are supposed to support.
How
That's
how
it.
I how I think, feel, and believe is not a part of your repertoire.
No, it's not a political thing. We
Exactly.
hire you to do a job for us. We don't hire you to do a job for you, and then all of a sudden retire in 3 years with $500 million when you get paid $50,000 a year.
We
You know?
hired and paid them to make life better for every American on in America.
Oh, I know. They
That, that,
don't.
that, that's what I want. I want them to make. I don't give a fuck about any nation until our lives. It used to be the man went to work, the wife stayed at home, not because it was the thing to do. It's because they could afford it.
Yes,
And
because
today
the
we
mom,
we should be able to afford it.
absolutely. Shit, dude, you look at go try to price a house. My wife's like, "Oh, we should get a house." I'm like, "Do you realize that right now, like especially in our area, like the cheapest house you can find in my area, Livingston County, you're looking at a minimum of $289,000. Like that's even rent. A one bedroom apartment around our area right now is going for like $1,100 a month. It's
I
like
couldn't.
holy crap.
That's
Damn.
almost everything I make a month.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm happy in my tin can. I don't give a shit. It's it's paid for. I pay lot rent and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I pay well by the time I pay water, sewer, garbage and all that, I pay under $700 a month to live here.
Not bad.
I mean, that's not including my gas and electric, but still,
Yep, that's still not bad.
I'm okay.
Oh yeah. But you got to
See,
imagine this: if you were to sell, hmm, and
eh,
that's probably what you're looking at, aren't no?
if I would, it's so old. This place, it needs a lot of TLC. I mean, it's a slow work in progress, but if somebody wanted to get in here and, if they had a family or whatnot, they'd have to do some work, but
Right,
it's not like it's unlivable per se,
right.
but it needs work.
But I'm
But
saying
I look at the,
because of the market in the local area, it might
oh
even be
yeah,
it might even be how much land space do you have?
we don't have too much. I mean, I think the only thing that's nice with us is we're backed up to woods. So like we have a whole bunch of woods behind us that you can go back into. We got a bunch of shade. So we do have a prime location in where we're at. We're backed up to the woods. So at the same time, I mean, I see a lot of these new places, they're putting in new trailers and they're literally selling these trailers, these new trailers that are going in, they're cookie cutters. All of them look the same. They're just different colored trim, all laid out the same, and they're going for right around 90 grand.
I told you that the one right up here. Let's see, right up here, and it's right
Yeah,
next to a busy road.
right?
$110,000 for a
That's
double wide,
crazy.
and you got to pay lot rent. What the fuck? Who? Right now, I could go above Big Rapids, find a place that has a double wide on it. Matter of fact, the one I lived in didn't sell. No, it had. Let me think. I think they had 8 acres of land and the double wide, 2 wells. I don't think it sold for more than $75,000, dude.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I looked at
that's crazy.
I we were looking up by uh we were going up towards Copper Harbor, which that's up in the UP.
Right.
Lots of snow up there.
Mm-hmm. You got to have a plow
But
truck. You got to have your own plow truck.
I
Yep.
I looked at 10 acres. They had 10 acres on Lake Superior
Whew.
for $11,000.
Oh, nice. But then
But
you got to
only thing
area.
is, well, the only thing is you could absolutely have a well there because you were on water. So there's no reason they couldn't hit water.
Right.
But the way it was zoned as recreational, not building.
Oh,
So technically you could hunt it, you could camp it, you could not put a home on it.
oh, fuck.
I'm like, I said, so if I tow my trailer up there, it's on wheels, I can move it every month and I'll be okay. I don't know.
Hey, dude. There are federal campgrounds in the upper part of southern Michigan that every 2 weeks you got to move.
Yeah.
No charge. Every 2 weeks you got
Yep.
to move. I know areas right now that they've got to be so. When I seen them 20 years ago, you needed a weed whacker, and it didn't look like anyone had been up there in like I don't know 5-10 years, man. And what we even stopped and talked to a game warden up there. That's a federal guy, right? He said, yeah, every two
Right.
weeks you can move, just move down 2 places. We don't
Yeah.
care. Just move down
Move,
2 places.
or move down one. You just got to
No,
move.
no, two. He
Right
said,
on.
you got it 2 places.
Huh?
Yep.
Whatever.
Well, that way it makes it look like you've picked up and you've relocated. Otherwise, you could just walk everything over into the next one and then move your vehicle there. And then,
Right.
and that's why he said that. And there were,
Which I mean,
and in this area we were in, I bet I saw 35, maybe 40 different campsites that hadn't been used in years.
in all honesty, if you have a nice setup RV, if you have to move an RV every 2 weeks, it's not that hard. You get in it, you start it up, you freaking go down the road a little bit, you back it in. All you have to do is your biggest problem is hooking your septic up and hooking your water up. Big deal.
Well, these don't have septic.
Well, water. I guess because gray water and stuff like that, they do have dump sites that you have to go clean them out and that.
That's what you have to do.
Right.
They'd have one at the beginning, at the front, and they had one at the end.
Right.
And that's where the bathrooms were, public
Yep.
bathrooms. Yep.
Yeah, we stayed. Gosh, our kids were young. We went over the bridge and we stayed not too far over the bridge because basically once you get over the bridge, there's like that whole branch that branches off. It's all federal land up there, state land.
Yep.
that you can camp on, and
Yep.
we stayed up there, and it was nice. It wasn't bad. I think it cost us like back in the day, it was like $20 a night.
Oh crap. That ain't bad though. Oh, pardon me.
No, I mean we were sleeping in a tent. I remember going to the bathroom. I came back and the wife's sitting in the middle of the tent with both kids, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "We heard growling and noises," and I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "So you're gonna go get in the tent instead of the car that's sit right next to the tent that has doors that lock?" I said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, come on, like woman, get your head on your shoulder.
Ah, surprise!
I was like,
All it takes is
I was
two
like,
claws and a little muscle, and it pulls the tent apart. There it
that's
is.
what I told her. Yeah, we were getting to go to bed, and I'm like, "Did you put the food away?" She's like, "No, the cooler's outside." I said,
Oh,
"Remember when
that,
I told you to put it in the car?" She goes, "Well, it'll be okay." I said, "You don't understand. There's bears up here."
bears
I
and
said, "They
raccoons.
smell." I said, "They smell food. They're gonna come rip shit apart. They don't
Especially,
care who you are."
especially raccoon.
Oh yeah.
Especially.
Mhm.
Well,
Mischievous little creatures.
one time, I had this perfect party spot. A friend of mine had almost a whole square mile, and I'd go camp out at the back end of it. It'd get 80 degrees at night. I'd strip off all my clothes, have a good bonfire going, tents over here to the side. I'm sitting there by the bonfire listening to music, and I shut the music off, and I looked to my left and grabbed the flashlight because I heard more, and I beam it over there, and there's about 8 pair of fucking eyes looking at me. You know, one bigger one, and all the littler ones right there with her. Holy shit! I picked up the AK. Got 4 of them. The mama and 4 younger ones. The other ones ran off, probably up a tree or something. I didn't give a shit.
That's funny.
This friend of mine, he'd trap people. He'd trap raccoons off people's property and put them on his property. What a dumbass!
Why? Dude, those things will tear, they will just tear everything to pieces.
Yeah,
They don't care.
yeah. They'll go
They're
after
like
bird. They'll go after bird eggs. Everything.
they're
Yeah.
like a squirrel that's 20 times a squirrel's size. They will
Yep.
get into anything they can fit their body in, they're gonna go fuck it up. For real.
Yeah. Some people. He's on his deathbed by now. I'm pretty sure of
I
it.
mean, raccoons are cool, but
They are the
they
biggest.
are.
They are the biggest spreader of rabies.
I don't. I raised one. I had one for. We raised it, bottle fed it from the time it was like really young. The mom got killed, and a lady had 5 babies, and I took one. Well, my mom let. We took one, and we bottle fed it. And dude, I tell you what, the thing was it would get on my shoulders when I was riding my BMX bike and just chill with me, followed me everywhere I went. I'd go to sleep and curl up around my head, just chill.
I've got an old
Somebody's
I've got an old friend way back from elementary school. He had a raccoon for a while.
Yeah, they're fun, but when they get in their little moods, you got to understand that if they're not happy to be pet, you just leave them alone because they will. I got bit a couple times. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I threw that thing across the room. I'm like, you little bitch, get the fuck out of here.
No, Caddy, no. Cat just comes in and makes rounds around my feet like, okay, I'm ready for a snack. No, you're not. No.
Come on, guy.
First, the only time I do is in the morning. We give her like a little breakfast. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
No, go eat dry cat food. She's got access to that all the time. Make sure she's always got food in it.
Right.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't remember who that guy was. I don't remember his name. I can't look it up.
Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember him coming in.
Gregory. Yeah, Gregory was part of his word name, Gregory. I do
Okay.
remember that. But yeah, well, I left a link there. Good
Yeah,
luck, guys.
sometimes you get lucky and people pop through and get interested for a minute.
It happens. I've done this for a while, a couple of years now. Let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I thought about it a couple times. I'm like, maybe I should get StreamYards and do a couple lives, here and there. But I'm like, is it really worth it? I'm like, eh, yeah, it is what it is. If nothing, it's nice talking to you. It's
Well,
always
yeah,
good to see. It's always good to see a friend talk face to face. Not face to face, but you know what
you're gonna have to deal with that without it temporarily, because the captain's glass is empty.
I'm saying.
I will be right back.
Wah wah wah.
Wow. Pick them up when they come back.
Chilling in the new man cave.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second here. Hey, you got the artificial background.
I'm chilling in the new man cave.
Let me move my face back up here.
I was just looking around. I'm like, damn, I forgot about all these effects.
Why am I hearing him? Dude, you got to put your earphones in, dummy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Buddy, you there?
And I was like,
Okay, well, that's the wrong one. Only one of them's working, I think.
check,
There it is.
check.
Yep, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, don't mind me. I'm moving into my mansion.
Yeah, I got that same background. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that one. And there's a brick wall.
Yep. Yep.
Funny.
And then I can always put up I can put up pics. I mean, in the background here, always I can Just do that. Yeah. Like that. I got a lot of them in here.
Yeah, I think I would have to go with share screen and then go to my image file to be able to do anything like that.
And then I can do a lot. I can do ones like that too.
Whatever.
That's what I said.
It would be pretty cool to go see some fireworks like that, though.
Oh, we can float through space. Float through time and space. Beyond the edge of time. Have you listened to any of the videos? Watched any of the videos that I pop up just before the show?
No. I every now and again I will listen to a couple of them. I didn't this time, though.
That wasn't one of them, but there's one that's called Daytog. Der Schneider and the Old Gang. Daytog. Der Schneider is the former lead singer for Accept. Balls to the wall.
Right.
Little bitty, short-haired little guy, round-headed guy. Accept. But he's got a lot of his old music gang together. And I was telling you that the female singer there she's a doppelganger, if not the same woman that was stalking me for, I don't know, 7, 8 years on Instagram and YouTube and a few of the others.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was weird. But what I never captured a picture of her and held it so that I could compare, because she has a mole right here, the one on where she's a band member, she's a singer. I don't know if she ever had that mole there. That's not something you can hide,
Right.
Anyway.
Cover it up.
But she was just as handsome of a woman. Oh my God, fucking beautiful.
That's funny.
Just,
Handsome.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. She had the kind of face of a woman that you knew that even when she got in her 50s and 60s, she was still going to be. She was still, if you were 50 or 60, she was still going to be hot looking. That's just the way that goes. Yeah, you come in and out, in and out, in and out. You don't know what the hell you're doing, cat. Hang on, I gotta let her out. Sometimes the door closes a little too far for her to get a paw in there to open up. There we go. All right. Let her delay there. Let me see if I can catch my delay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, no, I've got a delay. Not so much in my StreamYard feed, but when I look at it on or YouTube, it's a little bit delayed. And what I noticed is where I've got my right hand up right now, there it looks like my left one. No, yeah, it looks like the left one. That's my right hand. It's mirrored here where it should be. That way I can kind of point to shit and go, yeah, that's over there and that's over there. Anyway, floating through space. Let's go back on the seas. There we go. Get a sailboat in between us now and then. Oh yeah, and a little fisher boat. Yeah. Send over the sailboat, Mr. Reese. Don't forget his little partner. Hang on, here comes his little partner right here.
They gone.
I can book it in comparison. Yeah.
Not coming back. He caught the wind in the sails. He's not turning around. looks like a place where I'd want to live.
At least through the winter. Yeah. 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 That's not bad.
Same place I found it last time.
Find some tropical island. Find out it's inhabited by a bunch of wild island ladies. Be like, ooh wee.
Growing plants from this bale that broke in and busted open on shore.
I don't know what happened.
But it produces these lovely buds that are only about this big.
Right.
Would you like some rum? We have plenty of rum because we have sugar cane here.
Don't mind the cigarette boat parked in the cave on the backside of the island.
I will be whining and dining and dying here. Thank you.
Right.
Whew.
The closest thing to heaven I'll ever be. Ah.
Who's on deck? Yeah, there we are, right on deck. Yeah. The captain's not allowed to be on deck after 4 drinks. That's all right. He don't mind. There we go. Yeah, it's not exactly what's behind me, but kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Can you imagine being on the ocean and actually like seeing that? I mean, you'd be able to see that just going down in front of you. Be like, it'd be so cool.
Where's my cell phone?
Yeah, right.
That's
That's the biggest thing I love about going to the UP. Most places we go up there, you don't have any service. To me, that's the best part about going up there. Like, you have no choice but to be unplugged.
You have to
You
pay
know?
attention to where you're at. What you're more connected to your surroundings.
Yes,
You have to be anyway.
more connected to nature. Just it's what we're supposed to do.
That's-
Yeah, there's places we went up there, and my wife had to drive like 20 minutes up to go into town, find a restaurant, park in the parking lot, and catch their Wi-Fi just to see where we need to go. I was
That's
like,
kind
oh,
of,
that's funny.
that's got the sun instead of the moon. Like I've got the moon here and the ship here. That's yeah. I'm gonna stop the music in the background. Yeah, you barely hear it anyway.
I could hear it pretty good.
Really, I don't want to. I don't want to get YouTube slammed. Yeah.
Right. Which is weird, because if it's free music, it's like I don't understand why they would.
And as
I
long
don't.
as I say, hey, I accredit all music to YouTube. As long as you
Right.
say that, what and it's their music. What the fuck, kids? But
You're gonna hit me with a. You're gonna hit me with a copyright for your music that you put out there for people to use.
yeah, it's like the double jacking you for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way they are. What I'm gonna do is I'll shut off that.
You
Shut
got
off
to
that.
think about the. Got to think about the generation of people that are working for these big tech companies. I mean, what else do they have to do? Oh, he's playing music. Gonna give him a hit.
Yeah.
Well, wait, did you take the time to look it up that this music comes from your company? No, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Problem
That's
is,
silly.
none of us are corporate lawyers enough
Yeah, right.
to make any bit of a difference. Look out for the little guy who'd like to get monetized but can't because YouTube wants to slam him for language and he puts out videos that we give him strike for.
Which is messed up to me. It's like, if to me, I I get it to a point. There should be limitations to some things, but if you're a YouTube channel and you cuss and you swear and you do this and you do that, if you want to talk about guns, if you want to show guns, to me, it's just as easy. If somebody doesn't like it, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, there's
But
a
how,
button. There's a button you can push, or
yeah,
you
there's
can
no,
slide to go.
yeah, there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to still get paid from people that like to see that kind of stuff or talk that way or want to hear that. You know, it's, I don't know.
Have
I'm
you
waiting
ever
for another.
have you ever watched Kentucky Ballistics?
Oh yeah, he's
Uh,
fucking. I love him. He's awesome. I
he's
used to watch him. I watch
he's
him. Yeah.
he's
I
too.
used to watch Demolition Ranch a lot too when he was on.
I didn't know that. He's just too. He's too real.
Yeah,
Grandpa has to go that direction. Coffin seems to do that nowadays. I will return shortly.
right on.
Yeah, I'm addicted to hand sanitizer. All right, bring my face back up here. There I am. But yeah, I'm addicted to hand sanitizer, dude. Anytime I use the bathroom, or if I come from a store, first thing I do when I come in, after I get shit put away, you know what I mean? You never know what you bring home.
I used it a lot back in the day when the whole C was going around, but it just dried my hands out so bad.
Well, I get hand sanitizer that has a little bit of moisturizer in it, and my hands are nice and soft, but they're sanitized.
Right on.
A friend of mine, Darren, up in, he's in Leroy. I think that's where they classify him at, Leroy area. Either Leroy or Ashton. He's in between, actually. Another one of those little bitty areas, you know. Ashton is this little one-store town. And to hit the big stores, like I said, it's about the same, north or south. But you could always stop at Reed City, and it's a big grocery store, but not a chain market or anything like that. But it's a big grocery store there. It's actually a friend of mine's parents used to own it, and they got bought out. And now this famous place in Michigan that does meats. It's not Kogel's. It's another one. I think in Falmouth they have the main store. Can't
Is
remember
it
where.
oh, there's Boar's Head.
No, not Boar's Head.
Boar's Head's a big one. Kogel's. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd have to Google it, and I can't. That's why I need somebody to be right here on the side going, let me Google that for you. You see what I mean?
I don't know who another. It's a meat packing company.
No, it's a meat company, a butcher. Yep.
A butch in Michigan.
Yes, very famous. They have venison, fish, all the Great Lakes fish, all the great meats, of course. Veal.
Well, I just put it in Michigan meat markets. There's Village Butcher, Great Lakes Custom Meats, Michigan Farm to Family,
This one is out of Falmouth.
Lorry's,
No, it's out of Falmouth.
Dearborn, Great Lakes Custom Meats,
No.
Seven Sons Farms, Richardson's, Washtenaw.
You're gonna make me do it.
And
That's all right. That's all right.
I think just going with the meat markets though, it's probably not. I guess I should do like meat packaging.
I'll have it in just a second. Ebels General. Yeah. Ebels, they call it. Ebels.
That's funny. I literally, as soon as I put in meat packing places, it literally just came up as
Yeah.
Ebles. It's the front of. It's got like a old dude sitting in front of an old truck.
They have an Ebels in Reed City now.
That's funny. Right on.
Yep. And they're 10 times better, the store, than what was there before. It was a Spartans. It was a Harding's, actually. I think it was a Harding's. Yep, in Reed City. And the problem was the aisles were, you could barely get a cart and a half through one of them. If someone was at the other end coming, you knew you had to back up because it was too tight of space. They had so much product, it was just hard to shop. And they had my weird ass friend as one of the managers there, and he would start talking about political shit to anybody and everybody. It drove people the fuck away, man. And
Yeah, I was gonna say.
at the same
Sometimes you
time,
got to be careful.
at the same time, I'm a witness. He was stocking a pantry in his basement like you wouldn't believe. He was bringing home like 4 bags of groceries a night. Never paid for it. There was no receipt in there or nothing, dude. I knew.
Dang.
And his brother was doing the same thing. And the parents were paying the truck payments on both their sons' trucks, while the other son had his own landscaping business and paid his own bills. He's the only one still there making good money.
Don't steal from the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, the 2 sons more or less robbed him blind, and he'll never admit to it.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
It's messed up when you steal from your own family.
I watched my friend graduate from high school because my brother graduated with him.
Yeah, I don't know. If you can go low enough to steal from your own family, that's pretty low. I mean,
Yeah, you aren't very trustworthy, for sure.
no, you're not anything. You're just a piece of dirt that I walk on. Especially when it comes to family. I mean, steal from our competitor or something, but you're stealing from your own blood. That's
Hey,
fucked up.
you know what he was doing for me? there are certain brands that only Spartan stores give a deposit on their specialty beverages. He was bringing me over 4 bags, and he did that like four or five times. 4 bags of cans. All I had to do was get them to the Cadillac area, and they'd pay me for all the deposits on them.
Yeah, I want to say the only store I know around here that does Spartan brand is I think VG's. VG's does Spartan brand.
Yeah. I've heard of Fiji's.
Yeah, we have a VG's here, and then there's a VG's in the next town over actually too. VG's and Bush's, I think, are the only family-owned stores or companies that are around still here. I think the only Bush's in my area is over in like Pinckney, which is it's probably a 25, 30-minute drive depending on which way you want to take and how fast you want to go.
Oh,
Oh, man,
let's see
freaking
what
body
song
feels like I
playing.
got hit by a train.
It's called Voodoo Wise Guys. Someday you'll know. I wish I could play it. Sponsored by, originated from, accredited to YouTube. Here it is. Yeah, they won't let you do it.
Yeah, you watch a lot of channels that play music and they do music like that, and it takes. I mean, I have watched them. I mean,
Yeah, what about the guys who analyze and rate?
because
What?
they're actually talking over the music and they're talking about it.
No,
That's
no,
what's weird to me.
they're not talking over. They sometimes they'll play half of the damn song and then they'll make a little comment
I know.
and then play the rest of it. It's like,
No,
what?
that's what you need to do. You need to play the music, pause it for a minute, and be like, okay, this is the singer. You know, I think this is about the band. And they get away with it.
I know it.
Yeah, I still follow. He hasn't been on in a while. I think he's been off. I mean, he's been kicked off so many times. But I don't know if you remember Hippie.
Yeah.
I still watch him now and again. He goes up all the time. And they do like karaoke, but he plays songs like for hours and hours, and then all of a sudden it'll just go dead. His live stream goes dead, and he comes back up. I'm like, how do some people get away with it? And it's funny because at one point he was monetized, and he was still playing the shit.
Yeah. You know the hippie is
Like,
a bought and paid for boy, basically, don't you?
I mean, I don't watch him that often. Every now and again, it'll be late night. I'll just be scrolling and see some live, and
He's in an elite area of the upper northeast, and his wife made so much money that they have this exclusive little plateau area. It's weird, dude. I've seen
yeah,
it
he's
before.
up in what? He's up in Maine. I
Yeah,
think he's in Maine.
New Hampshire, I think. New Hampshire. Yeah. And he's in this little community. You know what I mean? And he's a poor boy like you and me. But he acts like, oh, I belong here.
Right.
I met a guy. I was trimming trees for this company, me and my brother. And this guy named Rob was dating the boss's daughter. And he had to constantly talk about the boat, the truck, the jet ski. You know what I'm saying? it was like, and it was all owned by the owner of the company, and he
Right.
was fucking on his daughter and living with her there in their house. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You know,
Yeah. Eh,
weird.
I have a brother like that. He's he's with a woman that they've been together forever, gonna get married, hasn't got married, has a kid with her, but she makes really good money. Not to say he doesn't, but
Right.
her daddy is really, really well to do, like millions in the bank, lots of zeros. And
Yeah.
it's like he's like, yeah, someday he's gonna die. We're gonna be rich. I'm like, we're not gonna be rich. She's gonna be rich, and she's gonna lose your ass because you're not being the fucking man you need to be.
It's like,
I said, as soon as she gets that money, she's gonna be like, see ya. In 8 years, you ain't married to her.
I have an uncle who's fairly wealthy. He lives in Oakland, California. He's a sports medicine surgeon. His wife, though, well, she works for a museum now, but she was a stock analyst. Her daddy would fly her and my uncle back and forth to Michigan on his private jet.
Nice. Damn.
Yeah. My uncle makes good money. Not that kind of money, but daddy, I guess, was worth. Whew, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cheap,
No, it's not.
especially California to Michigan. Jeez.
Yeah, that's special, and it would make it. It wouldn't have to do any stopovers in between. So it had to be at least what, like a DC 10? No, bigger than a DC 10.
So you're probably looking at $50,000 in fuel alone.
No, I don't think that much fuel. They have to make it, and I imagine there was a few other. What they do is they'd set up a specialty flight, and executives could book, a seat on the flight
Gotcha.
to get them that distance. Like from California to Detroit. That's probably where they went, was Detroit, and then they came in at here, just down the road from me at Kalamazoo,
Right.
Kalamazoo Battle Creek Airport. Yep.
Yeah, we have quite a few. I mean, you got Detroit Metro, which is probably the biggest. Then you got the Kalamazoo.
Then you got
I know
O'Hare.
there's
O'Hare for me, O'Hare and Detroit, they're the same distance apart. I'm
yeah.
I am halfway between Chicago and Detroit.
Then you got the one that's in Flint.
Yeah, fun
And I
size.
know there's a big airport down in Flint.
And Grand Rapids has one.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the one around us. It used to be just basically it was a private little airport for little like Cessnas and little planes, but
Yeah. Well,
I'd say like
Big
eight
Rapids.
years ago.
Big Rapids has a small airport. I've taken a DC-10 from there across Lake Michigan to Wisconsin and back. Sat
Yeah,
sat in the co-pilot seat there and back.
nice.
Yeah, it was
That
beautiful.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it was badass, man. Looking at all the gauges, a lightning gauge that could see within 150 miles if a lightning strike happened, and they were going off, off in the distance. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be going off this morning. We're supposed to be getting on the edge of some pretty bad storms tonight.
that's what I heard.
They said between now and 3 o'clock, they got tornado warnings going out, but it's more. I don't think you'll be affected. It's coming right across our area, but we're more. It's going more towards like Ann Arbor area. It's more southeast of us. We're
Yeah,
just on the edge of it.
you'll
So
get it, and then Canada, Toronto, because they deserve it. We'll get the worst of it.
Yeah, it's kind of moving up that way.
Yep.
It's coming up south, but I think a lot of those northern winds are starting to still come down, so it's
You know,
kind of keeping it
I,
pushed down.
they used to tell Toronto, smell Detroit shit. I'm sorry, but that's the way the air always goes. That it goes northeast. Yep, smell Detroit shit.
Right. Till winter gets here. And then the winter gets here, it probably goes more like Ohio, New York way. It's got
you,
to go
you know,
across the lakes, but
you know, I, I tried to get dirty to do it. U.S. versus Canada. Him on Canada, me on U.S. And let's get the drama going. We'd have 10 times the audience we both used to have.
right.
He don't want to do it. I, I got so much material. Oh my God, I've got and
Right.
he's played that his little spot there like it's the fucking golden child of Canada, and it's actually the one that's sucking the buck out of all the other provinces. Uh, and it's not Americans saying it; it's Canadian reporters saying it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the hub of tourism, though, too. I mean, think about all the people that can go across that bridge, and that's just
Hey, when I renew my driver's license this year, I want to. I don't know if I can do it online. I did last year. This year, I'm going to take my birth certificate and my social security card with me, and um a current address, uh, either state of Michigan, envelope. You know what I mean? That
right,
shows that I received deliverable mail at that address, and then I can get a senior's passport basically, which
right,
says that I can go to Mexico and come out, or I can go into Canada and come out, no problems.
right,
Unless I don't have any contraband, which I don't plan on doing none of that. No, no, no.
right.
I watched too many of the border security crap to know.
Oh yeah, I watch that stuff too. I love it. Like the Australians and the Mexico-US border.
Yep.
It's amazing how many people try to sneak stuff in and they do a lot. I just watched one the other night, dude. This guy came in, he's coming from Australia, coming back or coming from somewhere going back into Australia, and he had this big plastic case. He's like, "Oh, it's a piece of work equipment. It's a jackhammer." Well, they x-rayed it, and the lady's like, "Something looks funny right here where the motor should be." Well, they took it apart, dude. They found like a shit ton of fucking meth up inside this freaking jackhammer.
Yeah, we're worth tens of thousands of dollars. Yep.
It was like $30,000 street value that he was trying to bring in. I'm like, it wasn't worth it. No.
Now, for the time you're going to do, you stupid ass. No, I wouldn't risk it. I'd look at him and tell him, "Hey, in Michigan, I smoke legal weed. You can bring a dog. You can X-ray. You can search me. I don't care."
Well, see, that would be
At my age, I've learned to be patient. If something like that were to come up, I've watched so much of it happen. And go, I'm gonna drop my shoulders and say, "We're gonna go with what you're telling me. The way we need to go. Let's go."
right. And the
Yeah.
nice thing, if you go over to Canada, I mean, all that shit's legal over there. So you could do as much as you wanted over there. You don't have to come back with it because it's legal here too.
We can go to Jamaica and smoke all the Jamaican dope you want, as long as you
Right.
leave it there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to bring it back. Come back to your country and you can get it. You
I,
got it.
I heard several stories of people going to hotels in Jamaica, right? And them hooking up with what they thought was a Rastafarian, right? And they got a great big fucking garbage bag full of fucking bud, right? They take it back to the hotel and smoke the fuck out of it. And by the time it's time to go, them women who are cleaning up That's who ends up with it all.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh yeah.
Because you can't take it, but you don't take one fucking grain of it back on the fucking plane with you. Leave it
Yeah,
there.
but
Yep.
that's why they get jobs in the hotels. They're like, fuck, these tourists pay for our habit.
But what I like nowadays is they've gotten more advanced. They can take you in a room and tell you to kick off a shoe. What? You kick off your shoe, kick off your sock, and they do a heel swab. That gives them at least a 3-month history of what you've been
Oh,
up to.
what you did. Oh, dude, they can take one strand of hair and tell you what they did, what you did in the last 6, 7 months of your life.
9 months.
Probably years.
No, 9 months. At the minimum, 9 months. Follicles are 9 months. But
Oh yeah.
that swab test is at least 3 to 6 months. And when they do that, I challenge it now. I've taken Tylenol and I've taken as minimal Benadryl as possible.
Right.
I get sneezing attacks. If I get them, then I take it. Otherwise, because it makes me sleepy, I don't like it.
Right.
Other than generic extra strength Tylenol, I don't have any prescriptions. I don't buy anything off anybody off the street. Everything I purchase that intoxicates me is either at the liquor store or at the dispensary where there's record of. They come in here and
Yeah.
go, well, you've got this. Yeah, I do. Now go back and check Bloom's records. Yeah, you bought it all from Bloom. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't step outside the law. Now, when I was in my 20s, that was different. My early 20s,
Yeah.
early and mid 20s, that was different.
Young, dumb, and didn't know any better.
I experimented. I see why people got addicted. I watched my bullies turn into sniveling beggars. If a cop ever stopped me or questioned me, I'd tell him that. You got any drugs on you? And I'd tell him, no, sir. And I'm going to tell you, I watched all my bullies get into all that crap. No, sniveling little beggars. I wouldn't degrade myself like that. Now check my record. You don't seem to have any. No, I don't. There's a reason for that. Because you don't do it.
Right. And even if I do, you're not finding any of it on me, so proof.
I just don't. I get high and I drink. If somebody, and I don't associate with just anybody. If anybody I associate with does, I don't associate with it. Once I find out, no thanks. I can't trust people. You cannot trust somebody who's got I do an 8-ball, like every other month with the old lady. Good. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be around someone who can't say I can do it. With marijuana or drinking, I can do without. I towards the end of the month, I always step aside from drinking. Always. I want to be able to afford anything that comes up through the end of the month, I think more about what I can afford rather than what I can put in my head.
It's true.
It's a higher priority.
It's like any other addiction. Don't put your addiction ahead of what you need priority wise. I mean, it makes sense.
That's right.
Don't go past your limits. Don't overspend what you can't afford.
That's why payday. I don't spend 1 cent until I pay my rent.
That's how I am. I get paid the first week of I get paid bi-weekly. So my first paycheck, that's my car payment, my car insurance, my gas bill. My second paycheck, that's my rent and whatever else I need to get paid off. And after that, whatever money's left, that is what it is.
I wish you could build credit. There is a way to build credit by paying rent. I just wish I could link into it, because here I never skipped rent. Before here, I never skipped rent, and before that, ever since I got disability, I pay that. That's priority one.
Right.
I pay my rent, and where I'm living, got a shelter over my head. I can starve, but I can't go without shelter over my head.
True that.
I can go without, certain. I can go without pot. I can go without drinking. Drinking's where I shut off first, and then the marijuana.
Right.
I can slow it down. I can lower my tolerance. I know how to do that. I had a black man in the Marine Corps teach me about tolerance. We got paid once a month in the Marine Corps. This young black man always had pot. He was always, every night, he was at his bunk, because of where we're at. It was all right. And he'd always be getting stoned. But he wasn't smoking big ass fucking joints. He was smoking pinners.
Yeah, just enough for him.
Yes, exactly. And I started associating with him more and more. And he started teaching me, hey, this has to when I buy an ounce, about an ounce and a quarter, he said, every month, he said, I make it last. But then as soon as I get more, I don't all of a sudden start hitting big joint. I keep it exactly where it keeps me moderated.
Right.
And I started noticing, because 2 weeks after you get paid, you're a broke motherfucker. Especially in the lower ranks. And I started hanging out with him more and started, doing the same thing, And he was right. By the time payday came up, I still had some money in my pocket.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's when you just put it in the bank and forget about it.
Once I got on disability, that's a set income. I have to live within those means,
Yeah.
I mean, you have
you can always adjust.
Exactly. And then in good times, I'll stock up.
There you go. For sure.
Flour, you can't. Flour and pre-rolls, you can't stock. Don't stock up on, because they go stale. But oils, they last for a very long time. Oils, resin, and rosin. Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you keep them tightly sealed. Yeah.
Store them in a cool, dry place.
Yep.
Yeah, I do that with certain things. We've got some things that we have to store in cool, dry places that are good for 25 years.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you being a military man, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Yeah, especially powder.
Never
Reload.
Never.
Yeah.
Never hurts to have things that might taste nasty, but when you need food, it'll come in handy.
I'm trying to hook up with this woman. I think she understands herbology. And I started getting into that when I lived up north last time. I was getting into ghost root, and it's not millennium. It starts with an M, and I've mentioned it before. You can throw it. You take the seeds and you throw them in a pond, and all the fish go numb. I was getting into those two specifically. One's a pain reliever, and I used it once. And what it does is this. Let's say you got shoulder pain, and you take it in tincture under your tongue, 3 little drops, because you've made it into a tincture. It doesn't take the pain away. If you try to overuse it, you're going to hurt yourself and maybe even damage yourself more. You got to keep that in your mind. But what this does is it makes you forget that it hurts. And that's a much bigger chunk of pain relief. It makes you stop thinking about it. It was never a numbing effect, but it was more like, be more cautious and it won't hurt you as much. And it didn't. And because it didn't hurt so much, I didn't think about it as much. You know what I mean?
Right. And when you don't think about it as much, it doesn't hurt as much.
And there's another drug I was getting into. I keep wanting to say Thorazine, but that's not what it was, because it's like what they used to call choke cherries. And I had a customer in Cadillac that had a couple of those trees, and I looked, and it's not thorn apple, no, but it reminds me of that. But what it does is when you brew it in a tea, it makes your mind kind of do a reconnect. I don't know how to explain it. If I could bring it up, I could tell you. It makes you do things that are more productive in your life.
Gives you a reset.
Yeah, like a reconnect to go. It's like you've been, and we all do. We all live on streams of sugar, and other fats. You know, we live on those streams, and what it does is it disconnects you from that and take a better, closer look at what you're intaking, what you're breathing in, what you're letting out, what you're inputting out. You know, it makes you more self-conscious.
That's how I feel when I eat mushrooms. It just relaxes me. I'm just like more in tune. I'm more like like I eat mushrooms and I'll only do like maybe a couple caps and then a stem. You know, I don't do enough to trip. I like to do enough just to where I feel like I get that floaty feeling like everything is good, you know? It's just more of a mellow, like I don't care what you say. I laugh, but I'm not tripping.
You and I need to get a couple of get an ounce of it and split it. And
oh no, dude! I would fucking
go for a
I'd
bike
freak out.
Go for
I
a
would be
bike.
like,
Go for a bike ride.
there ain't no way. I'd be like, hell no. I'm gonna sit right here on this stump in the middle of the woods and be like, please let this go away.
No, then only do about a quarter, and then both of us sit down and enjoy the woods. You know, we need to do it when we know there's a full moon night.
Right?
No, really. I
You
think
hear the werewolves.
no.
No, I'm just kidding. I
We
probably would. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm 51 years old. I've never tripped. I've literally never tripped in my life. I've never took enough drugs to where I have tripped ever. Like literally never took enough drugs to trip.
hit a mescaline would readjust you.
Yeah. I'd be like, I am lost and I don't know where to go.
As long as you're with somebody who can bring you down, if you start to get a little too and go, no, dude, hey, it's like this, man.
Right.
Reality is what we're making it right now. Not what,
Right.
not what's ahead, but what's right now.
Your
You know,
brain's telling you no.
your brain says your imagination's on fucking fire. Let's go. Let's let it go on something that's good. Hey, did you hear
Get
those?
on,
Did you hear those crickets over there?
get on the rocket ship and take a ride.
That's
Oh, that's funny. All right, brother. I got to get out of here so I can get some sleep.
right on, man. I know you're working, man. They call
No,
me working man because that's what
it's
I.
all good. I'm sure we'll probably be a little bit slow, but everybody's coming back tomorrow, so I don't know what the day's gonna bring. So
Let's see. This is
get a little sleep.
we're headed to Wednesday morning. I'll be on Friday.
Right on.
Thank you,
All right,
Mr.
man.
Reese, for coming, man. Peace, Reese.
For sure, man. God bless. Stay safe and peace, brother.
All right on, man. We'll see you next time. Maybe
Love you, man.
we'll at least talk to you. Right on, man. Love
For
you too.
sure.
All right, Mr. Reese. It's been a good evening, folks. All right. Now the crowd's starting to die down. Yeah, it's only 20 after 11 here. Not bad. Yeah, we've been up for 2 hours 43 minutes so far. I do appreciate it. I wish I'd had more people in the chat. Shout out to JB. I always give JB a shout at the end to see if he makes it this far. JB, if you make it to this end, tell me apples and oranges. Just make that comment. Apples and oranges. Hashtag JB, the Duck Man. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end her here. I I I couldn't be more happier about tonight. Thank you everyone that showed up. Oh, somebody just now showed up. Give a shout out in the chat, please. Let's see, I got live chat on. Give a shout out there if you want. Yeah, let's see. It always says the top and I go to all messages and still nobody. All right. All right. Good night, everyone. Be safe. Be straight when you're behind the wheel. I say that from experience. I got one OVI, just one, just one. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rum. Enjoy the smoke. Unless whoever just came up says something in chat, I'm out of here. I'll give you a minute, if even that. Yeah. All right. It's a beautiful evening. Windows open. Fans blowing. There's nothing to complain there about. All right, folks. I'm going to watch me some Judas Priest. No surrender. Good night, everyone.